Golden Freddy has to be one of the most iconic and coolest FNaF characters. I mean, I have my fair share of Golden Freddy merch, but nothing can beat the fear I felt when I first saw the FNaF 1 Golden Freddy Easter egg. Not to mention how tough he is, but that's besides the point. Since FNaF World has a ton of only challenges you could do, I just wanted to try and beat the game using my favorite character. Now, if you couldn't tell by his nonchalant stance, he isn't really used to do any damage in this game. In fact, he only has one move that can actually do damage, and it isn't even used for that. So in order for my dreams to come true, this challenge has to become the Only Golden Freddy's challenge, where we include Fredbear and Nightmare Fredbear, which is just the nightmare version of Fredbear. So yeah, let's get into it, I guess. One thing to note as we start the challenge is that Golden Freddy is actually really good with his moves. Like I said earlier, it is true he wasn't made for dealing damage, but with his other abilities being haunting and jump scare. Wait, jump scare? Like Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, jump scare just does a simple stun for a few seconds, but his move haunting is going to be the real MVP for this run. Not only does haunting have a chance to turn an enemy into stone, which can stun them for an extremely long time, but for bosses, it can stop them from using their melee attacks completely, which can really save some battles since melee attacks do a lot of damage. Now we have one more move to go over before we get into the challenge, which is Fredbear's move, Mimic Ball, or this little guy. Mimic Ball is simple. He basically just repeats the last move you did, which for the price of one turn, for him to do the same move twice for multiple turns is a really good investment. I just wanted to let y'all know that what that little ball thing is on the bottom of the screen that's going to be there for the rest of the challenges. So anyway, let's get to the actual run. Since none of the characters we're using are unlocked immediately or even really that close, we are going to breeze through these earlier bosses and enemies. I mean, these were literally my first enemies. Now our first boss was Auto Chipper, which yeah, he was also easy pickings. Fredbear took him out in 1 megabyte. And our next boss we have to take down is this guy, and I don't know, if I was him, I would start counting my days. When we finally got to him, we actually got the dream rotation with setting up the Mimic Ball first and going for a double Freddle attack. Then we hit him with a double jump scare, and then we hit him with a double megabyte to finish him off. Now you can see how this guy is the MVP now, right? Also, he's golden just like the rest of them, right? Right guys, he's golden? Then I went fishing and saw the biggest hole I've ever seen. I even had a live reaction. Oh! The next boss on my bounty board was Sea Goon, and he actually went down easy. No surprise here, a few megabytes took him down. While I wander aimlessly in the ocean, let me just tell you, I haven't played FNaF World since it came out. So this playthrough of this challenge is also me trying to remember like where the glitch stuff is and how to progress in the story as I'm doing this challenge. So yeah, half of the time I'm just running around doing random stuff that has nothing to do with the story at all. I went into this random cave where I found these guys who might actually be almost as strong as us. Now this is where haunting and them not being able to melee doesn't come in clutch because I have to haunt all 4 of them. But if we have our Mimic Ball up, it makes it where we have to haunt 4 times, go down to only haunting 2 times. But Golden Freddy didn't even make it to the second turn, so. Progress into this cave where I find a giant eyeball, which is somehow way easier to kill than all the other bosses. After that boss fight, I got the endless speed chip, but what I want to know is what quick start party even like means. Like, what does it mean when my party has the element of surprise? Can someone explain that to me, please? I went fishing again. We got ourselves a nice endoskeleton to boost our defense because it seems like Golden Freddy really needs it since he's like the most vulnerable on our team. After literally 2 hours of doing nothing and trying to find out what to do, I saw this glitched tree at the top of my screen and went over to it. And what do you know, it unlocked the next area. And after talking to Fredbear, I realized that I could switch to Fredbear so Fredbear would be talking to Fredbear. those of you who know like the endings of this game know what's gonna happen eventually, so but I didn't, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. Also, all of the bites never seemed like appealing to me until I found the love of my life, the boss drainer eyeball. He's just so cute, I could kiss him.
Come over here and kiss me.
But seriously though, I think boss drainers are one of the best bites in the game, to be honest. So yeah, that's why I really want him. Now going into this next boss fight, we actually have the gift boxes, which basically just give each of our characters an extra life. So basically whenever they're supposed to die, they just heal all the way back up instead. So yeah, what I said, an extra. But just look at our boss drainer up there, not even blinking or flinching or anything, just staring the danger straight in the eye and slowly draining his health. It's just so tough. But yeah, we beat him pretty easily, probably thanks to our Haunter slowly delaying his melee attacks and our Mimic doubling all of our attacks. Now let's see what we get from that. Wait a second. Oh my. In the cave, we finally found a glitched gravestone, which took us to the next area where we get to talk to Fredbear. See, now it's Fredbear talking to Fredbear. Wait, what the? The same Fredbear can't occupy the same space at the same time. Oh. Universe end. What does that mean? Yeah, so apparently if you have Fredbear talk to Fredbear, they both just like blow up. And I actually knew this. Obviously I didn't know that when I was playing this, but I just remember seeing like an Astral Spiff thumbnail on like the speed run of it. And after I got the ending, I remembered. So, yeah, I was actually innocent whenever that happened. Fredbear took my innocence. Now, the caked up goons in this area actually are kind of like on our level. I mean, the only reason we survived is the gift boxes. So, thank goodness for OP chips, I guess. Brow Boy was also very easy. We just did the same Mimic Ball haunting strat, and only Nightmare Fredbear lost his gift box. After like 30 minutes of fighting like the same bosses and just like fishing over and over again, I eventually went into like this trippy realm with all like the red bears and the white rabbits. And this is where I spent the next like 5 hours trying to just get on the other side of this wall to try to get to Fredbear. And yeah, this is how easy it was to get to him. Finally, Fredbear! How is anybody supposed to find this, bro? We are now in the beginning of the end. We need to defeat this next boss to get the key to unlock places to defeat other bosses to press more buttons to unlock the final boss. Yeah, we got this. Thankfully, the boss defending the key isn't hard at all, and our normal strategy works just fine on him. We then use the key to unlock another area in the snow area where we fight another snowman named Snowcone this time. We make it all the way through and lose all of our gift boxes, and then Nightmare Fredbear dies to 1 melee hit at the very end. This just proves why haunting is just so important to have, because we die in 1 melee shot. We then attempted to do the endo boss that was behind a locked area, but yeah, dare I say we got violated. I thought we were gonna win, but at the very end we lost Golden Freddy, and that's just when it went all downhill because he just kept spamming melee attack over and over again until we eventually died. And yeah, we died very quickly after we lost Golden Freddy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. After that, I went and grabbed the auto shield, and then we tried to go fighting the super goon that was locked behind a key, and somehow we lost even worse than the endo. I don't know, maybe it's because our hauntings were missing, but yeah, he just spammed melee attacks over and over again. Dude, I just did 2 bosses, bought the boss drainer X, and I forgot I paused it to grind for the boss drainer. No! I did the level 5, the endo that killed us last time, and I did the lake dude that killed us last time. Why are the butterflies still here? Okay, well, if you didn't understand at all what I was saying or just need a little bit more context, basically, I wanted to get the boss drainer X that cost 5,000, but I only had 1,400. And I knew it was going to take a long time, so I paused the recording to grind for it. Now, I grinded all the way up there, I bought the boss drainer X, and then I beat the 2 bosses that we were struggling on, all without realizing that my recording was still paused. And that was my reaction to realizing that I just did all that and my recording was still paused. And as for the butterflies, they just kept following me for some reason. Okay, this is the last button. Okay, this is the final boss. How many times do you think we're gonna die on this? Okay, haunting. He hasn't done anything in a while, dude. Yeah, so little did I know this would be the easiest but longest drawn out boss in the entire challenge. Now, what makes this boss so easy, you might ask? Well, his alarm attack is completely useless against the shield chip. Like, literally does no damage every single time against the shield chip. And then as for his melee attacks, you guessed it, Haunting counters it because he can't melee, so he just continues to alarm, and that also does nothing. Now, he actually did get one melee attack off and took away our Golden Freddy's gift box, but thankfully he didn't get one more off or we would have been cooked. He didn't mean it. Come on, double bite! Yes! Everybody was alive! Golden Freddy, you were alive! For once! Oh, we level up. All of us leveled up once, guys. We all leveled up once. Congratulations. You beat an imaginary monster in an imaginary game without taking any risk and without finding anything interesting. That's kind of mean. On the easiest possible difficulty. Who's gonna tell him? So great job. I am still in control of you, and I say that you are finished here. You did away with a pretty powerful creation, but as for me, I remain out of your reach. Lackluster accomplishment. Thanks for playing. Dude. So yeah, I guess this is what I get for using my 2016 FNaF World knowledge to try to beat the game. I was kind of trying to scale, since I haven't played FNaF World in so long, to see how hard the challenge would be on normal difficulty, and then if I was going to do any future challenges, do it on hardcore. But I guess I just completely forgot that you have to fight Scott on hardcore difficulty or you just can't fight him. So yeah, that kind of ruined the entire run, but just so you know, the only way I could beat Scott with this blunt rotation is if I just waited on the Reaper to one-shot him. So yeah, I swear bro, they always be nerfing me.
Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this tape